Tennis etiquette is unraveling at the U.S. Open, and some players actually want that to become the new standard. Flushing, New York. When summer fades in late August and professional tennis arrives in New York City, the sport enters what feels like an alternate universe. Forget the whispered tones and rigid decorum traditionally associated with tennis, a sport born on the pristine lawns of polite society. At the U.S. Open, the atmosphere is transformed completely. Here, music blares loudly through the speakers, the crowd hums with almost constant energy, and cheers erupt in wild enthusiasm. The backdrop is far from serene. Trains thunder past the main arenas, Arthur Ashe and Louis Armstrong stadiums, while planes approaching and departing from nearby LaGuardia Airport add their own roaring soundtrack. This is the Billie Jean King Tennis Center, where many of the classic tennis courtesies temporarily take a back seat. It's a louder, more intense, and frankly rowdier version of tennis. From the very first day of the 2025 tournament, this shift in tone was on full display. Daniil Medvedev, the 2021 U.S. Open champion, ignited controversy and showed exactly what this new environment means by provoking a 6-minute delay in his match against France's Benjamin Bonzi, right at match point. The interruption came when a photographer crossed the court between Bonzi's first and second serves. The umpire, Greg Allensworth, granted Bonzi a first serve as a result. Medvedev, clearly upset, marched to the umpire's chair and rallied the crowd to boo and chant. After berating Allensworth, he returned to the baseline, but the crowd's noise and distraction didn't cease. This dramatic scene was extreme, but players all know the U.S. Open will push them to their limits. You know when you're playing on Ashe Stadium, especially in night matches, it's going to be loud, said Madison Keys, the Australian Open champion. The volume is often so high that she can't hear instructions from her coach or even the sound of the ball hitting her opponent's racket, a critical cue for top-level players. You have to pick up on sign language quickly, and sometimes even that fails. As night shifts to day, the energy persists, offering fans a glimpse into what some players want tennis to permanently be. A noisy, passionate spectacle that mirrors many other sports where expression, celebration, and even trash talk are encouraged as part of the entertainment, not seen as breaches of good manners. While other Grand Slam events have made small moves, playing music during breaks, adding light shows in nighttime matches, or letting spectators move more freely in upper sections, the sport still hesitates to embrace the drama and edge that are commonplace in highly competitive sports. This resistance to change is especially noticeable among American players, who often enjoy the loudest support in New York. Having grown up watching the NBA, NFL, and baseball, leagues where trash talk and showboating are standard fare, they find it puzzling to be expected to act as if attending a solemn ceremony. I get respecting your opponent and the traditions of tennis, said Ben Shelton, who's become a fan favorite worldwide for his dynamic play and infectious enthusiasm after opening the 2025 U.S. Open on tennis's grandest stage. But sometimes people get called out for things that seem really minor or unnecessary. Like, really? We are going to make a fuss over that? Having a simple conversation on court is sometimes looked down upon. Shelton is far from alone. Taylor Fritz, who reached the finals here last year, believes the rules should loosen up to allow more player expression. It adds excitement and creates more moments on court, he said, pointing out that even when players break rackets, it often generates excitement without harmful consequences, sometimes even making a kid's day if given to a fan. We should lean into that while still keeping tennis's core intact. Then there's the colorful exchange between Taylor Townsend and Jelena Ostapenko at the 2025 Open, after Townsend defeated Ostapenko 7-5. 6-1 in a second-round match, Ostapenko claimed Townsend was very disrespectful and said playing in one's homeland shouldn't give free rein to poor behavior. Townsend, for her part, denied any wrongdoing and noted Ostapenko made equally pointed remarks about her lack of education and class, escalating an on-court spat that sparked social media buzz. This back and forth exemplifies the delicate balancing act between embracing spirited rivalries and maintaining tennis etiquette. This clash between old-school decorum and modern emotional expression is not unique to tennis. Baseball has wrestled with similar debates over bat flipping and celebrations, which some traditionalists once viewed as disrespectful, while the NFL famously softened its stance on touchdown celebrations years ago, though it still penalizes excessive taunting. One boundary most players agree on is that silence during points must be respected because the sound of the racket striking the ball is essential to judging shot speed, spin, and depth. Without these audio cues, the game grows significantly harder. Yet, momentum is shifting. The demand for polite restraint appears to be waning, with players like Medvedev pushing the envelope with emotional displays. His confrontation with umpire Allensworth, including provocations questioning the umpire's integrity, led to a $42,500 fine, following a 5-set loss that might have been a straightforward 3-set defeat otherwise. Medvedev admitted candidly, "I'm getting a big fine." His actions, while extreme, underscore the evolving nature of player conduct and crowd involvement. Interestingly, tennis's unwritten codes morph depending on location and culture. The Australian Open is like a vibrant festival. The French Open fans are notoriously sensitive, especially toward their own. Wimbledon remains the bastion of quiet, with the strongest noise often being a shushing wave when someone speaks out of turn. Even fan behavior reflects these regional differences. Take Alex Ayala's historic upset over 14th seed Clara Tauson. A massive Filipino crowd from nearby Woodside, Queens, passionately cheered Ayala every step of the way while vocally celebrating Tauson's mistakes, rattling the Dane and helping Ayala secure a thrilling 13-11 tiebreak victory, marking the first Grand Slam main draw win for the Philippines. In New York, almost anything goes. Emma Raducanu, who won the Open 4 years ago, embraces the crowd's energy. "You can really go for it and get the crowd involved," she said. "They love it when you celebrate and show emotion." Ben Shelton, a former college player accustomed to loud, fiery matches filled with fist pumps and screams, also thrives on entertaining the crowd. During one match, he even ran a forehand around the net post and signaled excited fans to pump up their volume. "I'm an entertainer at heart," he admitted. "I can't just robotically go through the motions without showing some emotion. I actually play better when I'm expressive."